Welcome to episode 4 of Digging Deeper, and I am delighted today to be talking about obfuscation. It's been a bit of a hot topic.
I hope you don't mind, Paul, but I'd just like to derail you a little bit. I think I'd actually rather talk about obfuscation, which is the act of hiding things or making them anonymized.
Well, you say potato, Toby, and I say potato as well. But you get all right. You call it whatever you like. That's fine. The point is that I've had people saying to me, the T's and C's talk about how we have to blur out faces and number plates and stuff, and I always say to them, "Nah, that can't be right, is it? Is it right, Toby?"
That is right. It's another one of these things that is arisen from GDPR. So things like faces and number plates are personally identifiable information, and you are allowed to collect these, but on you would have to have big signs up saying photography will be undertaken in this area, and then by people continue to being in the area, that's when they kind of for those photos to be taken. Because we can't guarantee that those signs have been put up, we are just doubling down and making extra sure that we are aware of what personal data is in our system and how we can secure it and control it. So the T's and C's essentially just say you're not allowed to upload anything with somebody's face or a number plate in it. So, I mean, one of the things we're looking at is obfuscation, which is an automatic software that identifies things that shouldn't be there and blurs it. So, I mean, that's a brilliant dream of ours for the service, but I'll let Paul talk about how feasible that is.
Well, it doesn't have to be a dream. I've spoken to the dev guys, and we've already estimated the effort involved in doing some research into what solutions are available off the peg, and assuming we can get an already existing piece of software. There's another piece of work to be done, again not huge, to be done in terms of inputting it, attaching it to Street Manager and getting it all up and running. I'm not sure if those products have a cost either, like a one-off or ongoing. So we need to check that. But they probably wouldn't amount to a whole hill of beans in a Street Manager context. So it certainly can be done, Toby. It's just a matter of what priority do the governance group want to put on it. And I know that a couple of the Highway Authority guys, especially, are quite keen on this. So it probably is moving up the list, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. And I know what you're going to say, Paul. You're going to say, well, if these are off-the-shelf solutions, how do we know that they're secure? And the answer would be, of course, Paul, that as with every bit of software that we implement into Street Manager, if it's off the shelf, we do very thorough background checks first to make sure that we know the country of origin, we know about the company that's made it, we know what it uses, how it uses it, and we just make sure that it's kind of compliant with our quite strict controls on data.
I wasn't going to ask that, Toby, because I've spent 38 years assuming that it'll all be fine, and it's got me this far in life. But that's probably why I don't work on the dev team, I would say.
You just look like you were ready to ask that question, Paul, that's all.
Fair dues. So, thank you very much, guys. That now you know all about about facial blurring technology. Thank you, Toby.
Thank you, Paul.